very quickly. In the upper left-hand corner, our yellow Terran player to start us off from Team Gravity, Semper. And down to the bottom right-hand corner of the map, our red Zerg player from mYinsanity, Kane. Opened up with a spawning pool first here, and we've got a Reaper across the map already by Semper. So, TVZ to get us started as Kane forces this Reaper away, and this Reaper will have to just back off here for now. Reaper does pop back up in towards the natural, and just going to be again pressuring here early on. This drone immediately going to become an extractor to stay alive. And it's just been this one single Reaper so far. In fact, no, there's a second Reaper, but it's just been left at home in case any Zerglings try and sneak away to get some damage done, especially considering this was a pool first. Still no Reaper kill from this Reaper here, and that drone being kept alive as well. Kane going to have to cancel this gas in a moment. He can remake it if he needs it, and this Reaper will just get away by the skin of its teeth. Back at home for Semper, he's got the 3 command centers coming up, and he's just going to go into a very standard CVT at this point, where he's just going to be getting this fast free CC and starting to play it out from there. So we'll see how this goes. Barrack's going to be landed next to a starport. No extra gas though, so indicating this is probably just going to be some kind of medevac play or Viking opening. He could add on a gas soon, and then he could follow the Viking up with a Banshee if he would like to. But you can see now just a Marine being made, so no rush into that tech lab to put the starport on top of, as that Marine will look to deny this Overlord from scouting here earlier in a few moments. But the Overlord should be able to get into a position where he sees the third CC, and honestly that's all the super early game information he really should need. Although of course it is nice to be able to see that you know, there's a starport up, and it is actually going to be a medevac, so he's going to use the medevac here early on to put on some pressure. Why not use OBS? Because OBS is an inferior program when you have subscription to XSplit. XSplit is better, it's just for some reason I've got the beta version installed on my laptop, and I keep forgetting to reinstall it before we go live every time. Honestly, the last few days has been the first time I've had issues with XSplit since I started using it, so really it's not usually so much of an issue. This medevac comes out and starts picking up these Hellions, and we'll start heading across the map. And we'll be looking to drop some Hellions off into the main base here of Kane. Creep just spreading around a little bit and pushing outwards towards the edges of the base. A couple more Hellions and a couple of Reapers coming through the middle of the map from Semper, as Kane has gone into this 2-base Spire build. His Lara's up nice and early. His Spire already down now, taking his third hatchery nice and late, but does he have any units to hold this off? Right now he has 8 Zerglings on the map, and he's not okay. He's now making 4 more, and they're completely out of position at the front, and they also don't have Zergling speed just yet, so these initial Hellions coming into the main base are going to get a lot of damage done. 4 worker kills so far. Kane not pulling them, realizing that if he pulls these workers, they're just going to stack up. It's going to be even easier for Semper to pick them off. The Lings coming in now, and I think Semper realizing that these are slow Lings isn't too worried about them. 13 workers killed so far, now into the natural as well. 2 Hellions, 2 Reapers. Going to look to try and get some damage done over here as well. More Lings popping out at all times, and these Hellions are going to pop down here as well. And 15 workers killed in total, but all of the Hellions will get killed off the Reapers as well. And Kane clears this up, takes a lot of damage, but having cleared up the Hellions, at least it's something. 15 drones for a committed attack early, still free CC for the Terran. That was good for the Terran, but it's not game ending. You know, Kane's not out of this simply because of that the damage done there. As we see the double engineering bay come up in the main base, and Semper just going to be getting set to go into his mid game here. Stim's already over halfway done. This Kane for a lot of Lings just going to help deny that third base for a little while. And of course, 2 base mutal display is on the way. The first muters are on the way out, plus 1 miss flyer attacks coming up as well to help out with those muters, and going to look to see what damage he can get done with those. There's no turrets up just yet, so without any turrets just yet, it's not really too much to defend. There's not really too much to defend against these muters, and yeah, they're just going to start moving out a little bit. Going to be looking to get some damage done. The Lings over here as well could move forwards and perhaps try and pick off some of these Marines or so. They're just going to move back now. The Marine's going to move out and start to secure this third base. Sorry, my dogs are barking in the background and it's slightly disrupting. Overlord going to get taken down here. That'll actually supply block Kane, who only just now starts another Overlord. He is in towards the main, but turrets have been established. set up here for the game to continue. And again, just going to back off, and we'll be just flying around with these mutas, looking to come in towards the main base at some point soon again, perhaps try and take down a couple more SCVs, come back into this game and work us a little bit. So there he goes in towards the main base, and we'll look to try and see if he can pick off a couple of SCVs. He has 64 drones to the 56 SCVs right now, and he's at an okay economy despite those early losses he took, as he's just about going to get that refining. But a few Marines being popped off here, and he's actually going to lose not a single meter there actually. So he's still kept all of his mutas alive, which has been really nice control by him to take down 4 workers. 1-1's on the way, centrifugal hooks as well for Kane. That's a 1-1 for the Terran player, finishing up alongside combat shields. So these guys are well into the macro game now. Kane is still maybe not quite well, it's pretty much even at this point, I think. 8 more mutas being invested into, so he's really going to look to use these mutalisks during the mid game to pin his opponent back and to stop his opponent from pushing forwards. A really heavy mutalisk count early on here, and you can see he's only got a handful of banelings as well. And again, a lot of mutas now on the map. I mean, that's going to be about, what, 16, 15 in total, with a couple more still to finish up. So that's taking place as a couple of units pushing through the middle here. We'll take down some of these group tumors, and again, this is the time now where these mutas need to come in and try and get some damage done. They're going to go straight onto this turret. Immediate reaction here by Semper though, and that means he's just going to end up not even taking down any SCVs though. And this is really nice for Semper because this means he can just continue pushing forward. So he's actually checking for a 4th base, and when he doesn't see one, he will just back off of this position, probably clean up some of this creep spread. As Mu's actually going to head over towards Semper's natural, and Kane not being threatened into pulling these mutalisks back just yet. The mysterious silenced glaive worms are back, and apparently we have some sound issues once again here today. Nice control by Kane. I'm pretty sure he still hasn't lost a mutalisk. He's lost a couple, maybe rallying through the army in the middle of the map or so. But he's been playing so well with these 4 more workers killed. Semper's been pulled all the way back now. He did clean up the creep on the left-hand side of this map, but Kane's 4th base is over to the right. So the left-hand side creep is not quite as important, and the creep spread over to the right-hand side is where it's really going to become a target for Semper to kind of push this back. It's quite interesting, you know, this is actually one of the first times I've seen a Zerg take this 4th base, but to me, well, probably not one of the first times, but quite often you see the 4th base taken over here, and to me it kind of doesn't make sense, because it's so much easier for the Terran to rally push down into this position. Might be because I guess I see a lot of mech on this map, and so maybe that's a better base to take against the mech, for whatever reason. But the base is over to the right hand side this time, and Kane just has to find a way to clean up this army at some point soon. Upgrades are currently equal at 1-1 apiece, with 2-2 both in the production tab for both players. And moving forward here, these guys are just going to be skirmishing shortly. Mutas back in towards this 3rd base. This time around, the SCVs did not repair the 12 workers killed. The SCVs did not repair the turret in time, so a lot of workers going down into the main base as well. Semper not responding here either, because he is moving into the 4th base of Kane when engagement is taking place. Kane cleaning up a little bit right now, but his 4th base is still in trouble. In fact, he's just going to pull away from this. And it's kind of okay to lose his 4th base in this sort of scenario, because he's doing so much damage to the Terran player on his side, on the Terran side of the map, that he's actually, it's justifiable. The 2 more mutas go down here as they try and escape. They're losing his 4th base. Yeah, not brilliant, but he killed 25 workers, so it's not like he lost his 4th base for nothing. The mutas are going to come back now, and they might be able to pick off a couple of the medevacs, which are at the back here, but oh, he doesn't want to fly straight over the main army. And might have been looking for an engagement, but slightly mistimed with the Ling Bane coming in at the same time. Maybe that's what he was trying to go for there. 4th base needs to be remade, and he has got that queued up, ready to go. Semper just doing a good job. I mean, the creep spread has been pushed so far back now, so that'll slowly be dissipating over on the right-hand side. Kane has re-established it over to the left, and that gives him a little bit of extra mobility along that attack path, should he want to try and set up a flank, or just in general use that direction to try and get some damage done. Mutas are once again coming along the left-hand side, and they're going to head in towards this base, but the mines are just not going to go off in time. Kane going to come in, and will just target these down. One of them goes off, 1 muta lost, but of course the splash damage will not kill any further mutas. These muta glaive worms, man, why are they bugged? I have no idea. As we see the creep tumors being cleaned out here on the left-hand side once again. So Semper continuously just switching from left to right. Right is more important of a position to be attacking into, as some Marines get misrallied into a little bit of an army here. And right is the more important position to be clearing out, because there is that 4th base to push towards. But it's not the. It's always nice to be able to just keep trading the creep on the left-hand side as well. Again, we're talking about the potential to flank here as the Zerg player before, and if you can take away that creep spread, that will take away, you know, a little bit of extra mobility to set those up. Ultra Cavalry on the way for Kane. He has gone into pretty much everything else he needs behind this. He's gone into the Ultra Cavalry, the Hive, the Ultra Cavalry, and now free upgrades. So that might explain why he's having a bit of a tougher time holding on to these bases, simply because he feels as though he's had the opportunity to move into this extra tech, but it's maybe like it's probably why he hasn't had quite as many units out as he maybe could have, and so he maybe isn't one of the reasons he lost that 4th base previously. As first Bane's rolling in there, doing a little bit of damage, and Kane's actually in a pretty nice spot right now. There's a couple more Balins actually connect quite heavily onto these Marines. The 9s are set up to go off here. They're all spread out as well, but a few Zerglings starting to come forward here. Another mine goes off, not really killing too much just yet. The Muters thinking of they may want to come in just right now, and oh my god, the mines have just destroyed everything. Although that being said, Kane seems to have enough to be able to clean this up. The Medivacs are making an escape over to the top right hand corner, and they're going to come over the top side now. Wow. Kane cleans this up, then mine hits were gigantic at the end. I think he maybe thought maybe all the mines were gone, and in fact they weren't, so maybe caught a little bit off guard there. As these few Medivacs are slowly trying to make their way back to the army. Kane's going to see this here. Will he engage? Yes, he will. The mines burrow, and a lot of friendly fire going off, but a lot of the Banelings cleared out actually before they come in for the engagement. Kane still sits 30s to ply up in this game. As coming forward with these Mutalisks, he cleans out another mine or two, and these Zerglings over to the right hand side, they're just moving back over there. There's nothing really else happening on the map for Semper apart from the establishment of this 4th base, which is going to have to... Well, okay, he's actually got Marines stimming over here, so he's going to be able to save this, and the Mutalisks are not going to risk their lives. They're going to get out of there as soon as they can. Kane at 160 supply against the 135 of the Terran now has Ultralisks on the way up, 3-3 on the way, so there's not going to be a huge timing window here for the Terran to use that 3-3, and especially with Ultras coming up, and the Terran not really too aware of this, only 2 Marauders on the map, might be problematic. How many tech labs do we have? How many reactors? 3 tech labs. So he's got 3 tech lab racks, which is more than enough to produce Marauders from. It's just he doesn't really assume this is going to be the case already. You know, he's got no idea this hive is already up. He's not expecting it at all. And having this hive already up and ready to go, the Ultras rolling out, it's really going to catch the Terran player a bit off guard here. These are pretty fast Ultras from Kane, and he's gotten away with it. He's gone into this tech without being killed off here in this game, and that is the most important thing about this. Coming in here, and he's going to be able to take down 1 turret now. 2, second turret gets repaired, but SCV is stacking up very brave next to the glaive worms of the Muters, of course. It's only the Mutalisks which are bugged out in the sound, right? Like, everything else is fine. The glaive worms are just the only thing which is kind of going a little bit crazy here and there. It's really, really weird, so I do apologise for that, guys. I don't know what I can do. I did restart StarCraft since it started happening. I'm not really too sure why this might continue to happen, so a little bit weird as we see some Marine Marauder just moving along this left-hand side. The Terran player, if he didn't see the Ultras before now he does, and it looks as though he did because he already had Marauders in production. Kane establishing a 5th base to the upper right-hand corner of the map. And we'll want to try and keep his creep spread moving in that direction. The Queen here hoping to help restore that creep which was cleaned up earlier. Plus 3 flyer attacks coming in for Kane as well, so the Muters are going to be very, very powerful as he's going to move forwards. He has a lot of Marines, and well, the mines do burrow, but oh my god, the huge fungal growths coming in from the couple of infestors which were added into this army, and those fungal growths are devastating for the Marines. The Ultras just cleave through everything. 3-3's finished for them, and oh my god, Semper just got destroyed. The fungal growths, something we barely ever see nowadays in ZVT, and is able, because of that, to clean up and give mYinsanity